aggregate functions. We use aggregate functions to get the basic summary information of the data. Count, sum, average, min, and max, these are aggregate functions. All of these return a single value, and when calculating the aggregates, these functions disregard the null values. Count star is an exception here because count star counts all the rows in the result set, including the rows containing null values. To get around the counting of null values, we could use count of that column name or count of a value expression, which is nothing but a combination of columns. Now let's look at some examples. How many customers do we have in the state of California? So this question is asking for the number of customers in California. We have to use the aggregate function count star to get the answer. So I select count star and give it an alias name number of customers from customers table. So I'm giving the filter here where customer state is California CA. Format, run, we got the number of customers as 7. Let's look at the next question. What is the average retail price of a mountain bike? We're going to use average aggregate function here. The data is in products table. So I'm selecting the average retail price and I'm aliasing it as average cost from products table where product name like mountain bike. I run it, I get the average cost as 1321.25. What was the date of the most recent order? We could use max function on the order date column to get the most recent order. The order date data is in orders table, so I'm selecting the maximum order date as most recent order date from orders table to get the answer of the most recent order date. List the product names and numbers that have a quoted price greater than or equal to the overall average retail price in the products table. So the data is in two different tables. The quoted price is in order details table and the retail price is in products table. We need to join these two tables and then give a filter on top of it. Let's try to solve it. So I'm selecting the product name and product number, p.product name, p.product number from products as p, join order details as OD on product number column, p.product number is equal to OD.product number, where quoted price is greater than or equal to. I'm using a subquery here. I'm selecting the average retail price, select AVG retail price from products. If you run this, we get all the products that satisfy the given condition. Okay, let me put distinct here so that we remove the duplicates. Now we could see 4 products where the quoted price is greater than or equal to the overall retail price. Which recipe has the most cloves of garlic? Well, this is from the recipe example database. You could download this from the GitHub link I've given in the description. You could see the different tables which are there in the database here. Recipes, ingredients, recipe classes, ingredient classes and measurements. Now let's try to solve this. So which recipe has the most cloves of garlic? So here garlic is an ingredient name in the ingredients table. Cloves is the measurement description in measurements table. Since he's asking for the most number of cloves of garlic, the amount of garlic we could find in the amount column in recipe ingredients table. So I'm selecting r.recipe title from recipes table as R. Now here I want to give the conditions for fetching the recipe title. The condition is the recipe ID is equal to, I wrote a subquery here. I want to select the recipe ID of recipe ingredients, inner join it with ingredients where ingredient name like garlic. This is the first condition. Now the second condition is the amount of garlic. I again wrote a subquery here. I selected the maximum ri.amount from recipe ingredients is ri, inner join with ingredients on ingredient ID where ingredient name like garlic. So this satisfies two conditions. One is the ingredient name is garlic and maximum amount of garlic. One important thing to note here is I did not specifically mention the description cloves here, because in this database all garlic is measured in cloves. Now in some other database, if garlic measurements are different, we may have to specify even the measurement description as well. But because I don't have that problem here, I am getting away with measurement description for this particular query. Okay, so now if you run this, we'll get the recipe title with the most cloves of garlic. Okay, so that's how we could use different aggregate functions to get more details of the data we have in our database. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching.